So, a very good morning to all of you. I warmly welcome to all the JEE Advanced 2025 qualified candidates who are present here today and offline and also in online. Yeah, and so Professor K. N. Satyanarayana, the director, he is on the way. So we'll start the program very soon once he comes.
వీడియో ప్లే చేయండి. నెక్స్ట్ ఆడియో వాళ్ళకి వినబడుతుందో లేదో పెట్టేశారా? ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ గ్రూప్లో మెసేజ్ ఉంది, మరి ఎప్పుడు ఉందో తెలియదు. 9:59కి సార్ యూఆర్ అనేబుల్ టు లేదు ఇంకేం అది అయిపోయినప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ చేయండి. ఐఐటి వస్తుంది. సిక్స్ అది తీసేసి దాన్ని అదే పెట్టాను.
Hello. Hello. Should I start? Hello. So we'll start the session today. So a very good morning to all of you. I warmly welcome to all the JEE Advanced 2025 qualified candidates who are present here today, and most of the people joined in online for the convenience. So I welcome you all to this open house organized by IIT Tirupati. I am Neha, a PhD scholar here at the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences. So, this open house is specially designed for prospective students to give a first hand glimpse of the academic program, campus development, and student life at IIT Tirupati. The session will mainly emphasize on the institute's undergraduate curriculum, including dual degree, policy for branch change, hostel infrastructure, health facilities, and other student-centric informations. In this session, you will hear from our director and dean, and you can engage with them all along with HODs and student representatives in our interactive session. And finally, we will have a guided tour campus, including the labs and other spaces. So to begin with today's session, I would like to invite Professor K.N. Satyanarayana, Director of IIT Tirupati, to deliver the welcome address and give us an overview of the institute. Please welcome Professor K.N. Satyanarayana.
Thank you, Neha. Uh, Welcome to IIT Tirupati, to all the prospective students and their parents and well-wishers. Uh, so we are doing this session to, uh, you know, for students and the parents and well-wishers to understand where IIT Tirupati is, take stock, and of course, you're deciding which IIT, which branch. It's a tough decision to take uh, when you're deciding this. So what we'll do is I'll make a small presentation about IIT Tirupati. Then our Dean Academics, Professor Ramkrishna Gorti, will make also a presentation about the academic programs that we have. And uh, and then we will have a question answer session and so on, right? So can we get the presentation up? Uh, I can advance it. That's not my presentation. It's not my presentation.
I think this one also.
No, it's not the updated one. Where is it? Not,
This one also, sir.
not this one.
New laser.
This one? You renamed it, is it?
Okay, can I share?
No, the presentation I gave just now, where I made some. Just 1 second. Open house. I made some small mod. Okay, it's okay. We'll use what? Recent one? Because. And also welcome to the participants online. I hope we are audible. Can someone respond whether we are audible? This is my thing. Audible. Some people are talking. We're not able to hear. Huh? No, but we said let us see whether we're audible. Can you unmute them for a short while, for a minute? This is what you're used to, is it? Yes. Okay. Okay, that's okay. Just only minor modifications, even if there's anything. Okay. Uh, can you unmute the people online till we make sure that we're audible to all of them? We want to make sure that we're audible to everyone. Maybe in the chats.
So you're audible.
Okay. So this is the entrance to the campus. As you can see, we have a very nice view of the campus. In fact, when we have representatives who come to meet us from various other IITs, IISc, IITs, international delegates, all of them invariably go back telling us that this is turning out to be one of the most beautiful campuses in the country. Okay. The huh? It went into mute, is it? Okay, no, it's so the IIT started in the 50s and 60s. The first 5 IITs, starting from Kharagpur, then Bombay, then Madras and Kanpur and Delhi. I think Delhi started in 62 or 63. 5 IITs, and then the first expansion took place in 1994 when IIT Guwahati started. And in 2002, IIT University of Roorkee, which is the oldest technical institution in the country, became an IIT, right? And so those 7 institutions are considered first generation IITs. From the way the government funds us, the way the government treats us in funding, especially from funding perspective. Then the first major expansion of the IIT system took place in 2008 because there is a huge demand in the country. A lot of students are aspiring to get into IITs. Because these are central run institutions. A lot of states have been demanding that we need an IIT in our state. And the first expansion took place in 2008 when 8 more IITs started. The ones that are shown in black on this screen in Hyderabad, Indore, Gandhinagar, Jodhpur, Ropar, Mandi, then Bhubaneswar. So these are Patna. These are IITs that started in 2008, which we call second generation IITs. I think one of them started in 2009, but generally in 2008 and 9, they all started. And then came the next major expansion. Actually, in 2014, two of the existing institutions, centrally funded institutions, were converted to IITs. ISM Dhanbad and BHUIT. Okay, both these also became IITs. So those are 2014. Those are existing institutions we can call brownfield institutions which have been converted to an IIT. But in 15 and then in 2014, six more IITs was announced, uh, and these institutions started in 15 and 16. Uh, the ones in Tirupati, Palakkad, Dharwad, Bhilai, Jammu, and Goa. Uh, and whenever you start, the practice has been when the second generation IITs started, and also in the case of third generation IITs, one of the first generation IITs mentors this new IIT till they find their feet, till the government of India appoints the director, and then new permanent faculty start getting hired, because they take 3-4 years, that process. In the meantime, the mentor institutes gets activities started off, and then hands over, once the director is appointed, hands over all the responsibilities and whatever. If the director wants still support, the mentor institutes continue to support. If the director feels they can manage themselves, then the mentor institute withdraws it. In our case, so in the third generation IITs that started, IIT Madras came forward to mentor IIT Tirupati and IIT Palakkad. In the second generation IITs, IIT Madras mentored IIT Hyderabad. Okay, so and then Jammu was mentored by IIT Delhi, Bhilai was mentored by IIT Hyderabad, and then Goa and Dharwad was mentored by IIT Bombay. So IIT Madras took a decision that we'll start early, 2015 itself. Whereas, so Tirupati and Palakkad started in 2015. The others started in 2016 because either the state government or the institution, mentoring institution, felt they needed more time to act. But IIT Madras took this thing. So what happened was, when we started off, the Honorable Chief Minister, who was then Chief Minister, who is again the Chief Minister now, Sri Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu, was keen that also that we started in 2015. So we had a big foundation stone program in March 2015 itself, because he wanted to ensure that we start. Okay, so probably the biggest foundation stone program for any academic institution in the country, 25,000 people in attendance, which was a common foundation stone for IIT, ISER, Tirupati, and IIIT Sri City. So we started off in 2015, and the mentor institute sends one or more professors as the mentor professors or professor in charge. So IIT Madras had sent me as the professor in charge to get the activities started here. And we start off activities from a temporary campus. We usually, in the states where the existing institutions are able to spare space, we start from that, or we hire. So in our case at IIT Tirupati, we hired a private engineering college, Chadalwada Group of Institution under the Krishna Teja Trust. We hired one of they had two engineering colleges within that campus. One of them was winding down. So we hired their facilities and started activities there. We remodeled the whole facility within 3 months completely. The building was handed over, it was in May, August we started. We brought in CPWD, some architects, completely remodeled the facility, created classrooms, required laboratories, and office spaces, and started off in August 2015. So we launched our academic programs on August 5th, 2015. So that was very fast, the way we went around doing it. And we started with 4 branches. Because we are soft launch, we do soft launch. Usually most of the IITs have been doing 3 branches with 40 students each. But the mentor director is the IIT Madras director, is the mentor director of the institute. I was a professor in charge. He took a decision that we will start civil also along with the other 3. So we did 4 branches of 30 students each. Some of the other IITs started with 3 branches of 40 students each, right? So we started off with computer science and engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, and computer science and engineering. Okay, and civil engineering. Sorry, civil engineering. So these 4 branches we started off, And then in 2018, we also started a bachelor's in chemical engineering. Okay, these are all the fundamental branches you need for any good engineering program. Uh, and in the BTech program, last year, we also launched the bachelor's in engineering physics. Okay, so right now we have 6 BTech programs at IIT Tirupati. And then we also launched our research programs by admitting students in the Master of Science by Research program and PhD program in 2017 itself. Okay. Because by then, the reason is 2017 is when we started hiring permanent faculty members. Because the director was appointed in January 2017, and I was appointed the director. Uh, and After that only we could start the regular faculty hiring. Till then, IIT Madras, very senior faculty members. In fact, my students and colleagues at IIT Madras would say, "Oh, you're getting the best teachers from IIT Madras to come and teach at IIT Tirupati." So we had this strong support from IIT Madras at that time. And then we started hiring our, faculty members in 2017 is when they started joining us. Uh, and then what we did is, if you looked at the second generation IITs, the 8 that started, I don't think any of them, any of their first few batches have lived in the campus before they graduated, right? 2 to 4 batches graduated without ever seeing the campus from their temporary campuses. So we set ourselves a target that the first batch should live in the permanent campus for at least 1 year. Okay. So what we did was we quickly brought in fast construction technologies, prefab, and so on. And in one corner of the site, in 35 acres, we built up what we call at that time, the transit campus. Now we call the South Campus, where we built up hostels for about 800 students, laboratories. See, many of them struggle because especially civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering labs require large spaces. Unlike computer science, which only requires computer rooms, but these require a lot of lab spaces. So we built all that, dining facilities, classrooms. And in 2018, we moved our students into the campus. Okay. So that was a record in terms of first batch fully living in the campus before they graduated. Uh, and and then the way the new IITs are set up, the government of India funds us in what we call the project mode. They say we will give you enough funding to uh, uh, set up a full campus for 2,500 students. All the buildings, academic buildings, residential buildings, hostels, housing, and then the campus facilities for 2,500 students, and all the equipment required to set up our laboratories, both for teaching purpose and research purpose, right? All this funding is done by this government of India for this, and then we grow slowly year by year by bringing in other grants, taking loans, and so on. So the way the government of India funds, there's a detailed project report that is prepared for this funding purpose, which our Ministry of Education has to clear it, then the Finance Ministry has to clear it, then the Cabinet has to approve. So IIT Tirupati was put in charge of preparing the detailed project report for all the 6 new IITs, in way back in 2016. And I was put in charge of preparing the detailed project report. They said over 7 years, please build the campus for 2,500 students in the project mode. Okay. So we get substantial funding for buildings and equipment during this period. So when the funding got approved by the cabinet, they said you do it in 2 phases, phase A and phase B. Okay. So phase A, you finish whatever was supposed to do in the first 3 years. For 1,200 students, you finish all the facilities. Then you start building, because if you take up the whole thing, it may get delayed. You show that you got everything worked out, all the land is properly accounted for, all the compound walls are done, services are given, so that the phase B then can go faster. So the phase A construction started, we could take it up only in 2020 starting, and we finished the full phase A in 2023. What you're seeing here, all these buildings that have been built and so on, this was about 850 crores of more than 850, nearly 900 crores worth of construction that was done. And we built through three waves of COVID. You know, we awarded the contract in March 2020, and 2020 March was the lockdown, right? So in spite of it, we finished the project just with 1 year delay, a 26 months project, which was a big, because government has granted extension for all projects because of COVID. So accounting for that, we almost finished the project on time. I will show you pictures of all that. Now phase B, because we had to wait among the 6 new IITs. Of course, IIT Goa is kept aside because they still had to be allotted land. So the other 5 IITs, if you see, we were the fastest to finish, complete the whole campus, move in, submit a completion report to the Government of India for phase A. We were the first to finish. And then the government came back and said, for phase B also, IIT Tirupati, please prepare the DPR, because you did a good job in the first phase. So please help us prepare the thing. So phase B, again, we prepared the DPR. And so for the balance 1,300 students, but actually we have more than 1,600 students now. Okay. The funding for the facilities for the balance is the same. So that DPR has been approved by the cabinet on March 7th. I mean, last May 7th. And the finance ministry, on behalf of the ministry, I had gone and presented the DPR and got it approved. And then the cabinet is approved, and our ministry has issued orders to start funding for the second phase. In the meantime, we have finished most of the designs and everything for the second phase. So we're hoping by the end of this year, the construction for the second phase will start. So whatever you come and whatever you're going to go around this the campus today, in 3 years, by the time your students, your kids graduate, it'll be doubled. The campus will be doubled. Okay, you will see double the size of the thing. So what happened? Why is this not advancing? Okay. So right now in the institute, we have 9 departments. In engineering, the 5 departments that I've already talked about, including chemical engineering. And then in the sciences, we have chemistry department, physics department, and the mathematics and statistics department. And then we have a strong humanities and social sciences department also. Okay. So we offer programs in all these areas. BTech program, as I told you, 6 programs in BTech. Engineering physics is offered jointly by physics department and electrical engineering department. Okay. Now, why engineering physics? A lot of IITs have engineering physics. Today, if you see semiconductor manufacturing, battery manufacturing, EV, if you look at the electric vehicles, your biggest cost element, 50 to 60% of the cost is batteries, right? The manufacturing of all this, all the science that goes behind it is the chemistry and physics, and then the engineers come into the manufacturing part of it. So engineering physics, whether it's photonics, all these areas, and today if you're talking about EVs, you also talk about autonomous vehicles, you have LiDARs and sensors and all those things. So this is where the various branches of engineering come together, material science people, the physics people, chemistry people, engineering people all come together. That's what engineering physics is expected to address. And we have MTech programs, 11 streams of MTech programs. Right now, we are adding one more this year. We'll be having data science and AI MTech also we're starting. We're also Department of Mathematics, other MSc program. And then we're also in talks with the industry, and we're trying to see whether we can launch a program on energy storage. Today batteries and hydrogen, all these are the real hot areas. If you read today geopolitically, what is the big issue that is Trump is going around saying, Ukraine, you give me your minerals, then I will let the war end, right? And then China holds 50% of all the minerals that need to. And today the big challenge, Maruti is having to stop production of some of its cars because they're not able to get the rare earth materials for the magnets and so on that goes into these vehicles. So these are what is becoming critical and exciting, other than just AI and ML. Okay, uh, so so we have MTechs in various streams. Then we have the dual degree program. So your students who join us at the end of their third year, they can opt to go into the dual degree program. That is, you can get into the MTech program and finish it in 5 years. So normally, if you do a BTech and then get into an MTech program is 2 years. It'll take 7 years. I mean 6 years. Sorry, 6 years. Yeah, it'll take 6 years. But if you opt for the dual degree program, in 5 years you get a BTech and an MTech. Okay, you will start in the fourth year itself. You start taking courses in the related to your MTech. Some of the BTech programs courses will complete, and MTech programs also you will start. Okay, so that's an option that is available for every student in every branch, that you can do the dual degree program and save 1 year in the process. In certain areas like civil engineering and mechanical engineering, it is required. It's becoming a requirement that do an MTech. If you see, our MTech civil engineering students have got very good jobs. Okay, uh, so that's an advantage that you have. Then we have MSc programs in mathematics and statistics, physics and chemistry, and this time we are also adding an MSc program in pure maths. Uh, Again, our mathematics and statistics program has become very popular. We are the ranks of students who get into it are equivalent almost to the first generation IITs. Okay, there's a huge demand because we have a strong emphasis in statistics. Today, if you're talking about AI ML, a lot of the underpinning of all this is mathematics and statistics, right? In addition to computer science. So mathematics and statistics have become extremely important today. Even when a lot of our MSc mathematics students are getting picked up by banks, these big consulting companies, and all this, because data science and AML, this is you had a strong thing. So our students can go take courses that are being offered in MSc and so on, because we have quite a flexible curriculum. Then we have a master's in public policy that is offered by our humanities and social sciences department, where students from different backgrounds come and do a master's in public policy. And then, of course, we have an MS by research program, where a student after the bachelor's can come and do a thesis research oriented. It is MS by research is a little more research oriented. You do less regular courses and do more research compared to an MTech program where you do more courses and then you do a project. Then, of course, we have a very strong PhD program. If you see, nearly 350 students or PhD students in the campus. Okay, so there's a very strong research emphasis in the institute. We are going to be starting a Department of Material Science and Engineering. We were hoping to start the coming academic year, but there's a little delay in hiring faculties in this area. Definitely in the 26 academic year, by then we should be having the Department of Material Science Engineering and started. Okay. Now, so these are because from a nation's perspective, from a lot of the things, these are the areas that are really critical. Okay, so we have about nearly 140 faculty members in the institute, in the various departments, and you will see that all the departments are equal. Even our sciences departments and humanities department are almost as strong as the engineering departments. Because today it's IITs are very strong in their sciences also. Okay. One more thing that and then we have professors of practice. We bring in faculty, people from the industry and the government, who will bring in their experience of the practical world. That's okay, I'll lose that one. Who bring in their large experience in the industry and in the government to work with to take some classes for the students, to create opportunities for internships and jobs, give us connection into the industry and the thing. For example, I'll give you example in electrical engineering, we have Lieutenant General Kapoor. Lieutenant General Kapoor was the head of the top technology person in the army. He was head of E&M, electronics and mechanical of the army before he retired. Before that, he was head of IT in the army. Okay, so he's a professor. He comes and takes a course in design thinking and gives a number of other lectures to our students and gives us a lot. Today, India is trying to become a big uh, um, exporter of, first of all, making our own missiles and equipment manufacturing within the country, and also we want to become a big exporter. So we see a big opportunity there of working closely with the defense sector, and we brought it in. Then we have, again, with the defense sector, we have Mr. Muralidharan, who is from Tata Advanced Systems. He's the Chief Technology Officer of Tata Advanced Systems. He's a professor of practice with us. Okay, he brings in the industry perspective, right? Similarly, we have Ganeshan, who was the head of Bharat Benz, design at Bharat Benz. Okay, he also comes and teaches a full course here and then gives a lot of connectivity for our students to the automobile industry. Okay, so on. So we have these various professors. We have Professor Krishnamurthy in civil engineering, who is an expert in remote sensing, GIS, geospatial, and so on. And then we have one artist in residence. Resident, we are Tirupati. Kalahasti is famous for kalamkari art. So for students to learn these kinds of arts and then create workshops, he comes and does. Mr. Niranjan, right? Jonagadla. Then we have various adjunct professors, very senior professors who are associated with the institute. Professor Yagna Narayana, who was a very senior computer science professor at IIT Madras, then at IIT Hyderabad, and he comes and teaches a course here. Like this, we have another 4 or 5 very senior professors who are associated with the adjunct professor. Just to give you an idea of the kind of faculty we have, is you'll see all our faculty members have been trained at the best academic institutions. If you see everyone has a PhD, either from India. Nearly 50%, I think, of our faculty, more than 50% are PhDs from one of the IITs or IISc. I would say about this thing. Or about quite a few have PhDs abroad, whether it's in US, Europe, and other places, Singapore, Australia, and so on. Quite a few have PhDs in other very good institutions in India, like Raman Research Institute, these kinds of places. Okay, so if you see, this is chemical engineering. This is the faculty in chemical engineering. For example, if you take Professor Ragarao, he was the former director of CFTRI, Central Food Technology Research Institute, which is the premier research institute for food technology. Now he's a professor here. Okay, because we have identified food technology as one of the areas to be strong in. And so on. If you see, all of them have, I would say, almost 80% of our faculty members have international exposure, either done PhD abroad or done postdoc abroad, right? Have gone or done stints abroad for on sabbatical or internships. I mean, not internships, sabbatical or exchange programs and so on. More than 80% of our faculty members. So these are all the various specialities that they all have. For example, Arun Tangirala was a professor at IIT Madras. He's moved here, right? Almost more than 25%, 25 of our faculty, nearly 30 of our faculty members have moved from other IITs, including the first generation IITs. Last year, we had 2 faculty members move from IIT Delhi to IIT Tirupati. Then from IIT Madras, one. Then we have faculty members moving from IIT Guwahati. A lot of them, maybe 8 or 9 faculty members have moved here from IIT Guwahati to IIT Tirupati. So obviously they're moving here from the first generation IITs to IIT Tirupati because they see the way the institute is going. They see an opportunity to be part of the growth story of this IIT Tirupati. Okay. Yeah. So you can see she's the latest faculty who joined, Payal Sen, who did a PhD at Alberta, because the last round of recruitment we finished last year, and all of them have been joining. Uh, and these are our chemistry faculty members. Uh, so you have people from different background. For example, yesterday I was discussing with Ashish Kulkarni about this solar cells. He did his PhD in Japan with this professor who was the inventor of perovskite, which is a new technology for solar cells, right? So, so on. So, Satvik Haldar, for example, works in the battery technology area. Civil engineering, again, we have a very strong group, almost 19 faculty members in all areas of civil engineering, whether it is structural engineering, geotechnical engineering, environmental and water resources, and hydraulics, transportation engineering, right? Construction. So we have faculty members with all different backgrounds. I'm also part of the civil engineering faculty group. Uh, yeah, so yeah, he moved from IIT Delhi recently, right? Ayodhya Raman was a full professor at IIT Delhi, has moved recently, few months back to IIT Tirupati. And then this is computer science faculty members. Now, computer science is, we are now working very hard on strengthening our computer science faculty strength. We have been reaching out to various things. That's the most difficult department to find faculty members. Because you go to any institution, they struggle to find faculty members at computers because industry pays very high. But we're working on it. We'll be increasing our strength considerably in the next. But we have a good group of faculty members covering theory, systems, and the other areas. Again, electrical engineering, probably the biggest. Maybe now mechanical has more faculty than electrical after this recent round of recruitment. About 21 faculty members, I think, in electrical engineering. Again, from various background, whether it's power systems, RF microwave, signal processing, communication, so on. So, by the way, I think there's a lot of confusion among the parents and the students about electrical engineering, right? Everyone comes and says, why you don't have electronics and communication? Why you don't have ECE, right? So, in the, you'll see that most IITs don't have it. Okay, only a few have it. What the IITs have done is offer it as electrical engineering. It's for the student to take electives accordingly based on their interest, to do more power courses or electronics courses or communication courses, signal processing courses, and so on. So it gives the students much broader option on how they, instead of deciding on day one itself that I want to do in electronics. And then after you do your bachelor's, you can go to, for your master's, you can go to any of these specializations. Okay, so it gives you much more options in terms of this. That's why many IITs have merged everything and have only a BTech in electrical. When I studied way back in 79 to 84 in IIT Madras, we used to have two electrical engineering BTechs. One was called LC, low current, which was electronics and communication. The other one was called power, okay, power systems and so on. Then IIT Madras merged around 85 or 86 or something. They merged both and just have electrical engineering. So please don't get confused. Some institutes have, I think, only some 3-4 IITs, Durga. I think Kharagpur and Bhubaneswar and Roorkee. I think now even Bhilai is this. But don't think that electrical engineering is lower level than ECE or whatever it is. It encompasses everything. In terms of, not when I say lower level, not in terms of, say, in terms of demand that the students go for, right? Yeah. So, for example, we have Professor Kapoor, Dr. Anil Kapoor, Professor Karthikeyan, who is now the director of IIIT DM Kanchipuram. He was a professor here. And then from here, he's gone down to become the director at IIIT DM Kanchipuram. If you take, for example, Pratik, he was working in Intel and Global Foundries before he came back as a faculty member here. This is our HSS group. We have faculty members in economics. 3 of them work in economics and financial economics area. We have 2 in philosophy. We have 2 in English. We had 3. One of our professors has moved to Benares in the university. So we'll be hiring more people. And then we have two in the policy area, Varun Varghese and Arvind Pandey. Varun Varghese was a faculty in Japan, and he moved back to join us because they're associated. And then we have people in OB, organizational behavior, and so on. And this is our mathematics group. We have one professor, Professor Balakrishna, who is in statistics. And then we have people covering all the other areas, including numerical methods and what is that, number theory and so on. Okay, so these are some of the newer faculty members who have joined in mathematical statistics. Mechanical, as I just told you, is now become the biggest department with almost 22 faculty members, I think, covering various areas, including manufacturing, advanced manufacturing, additive manufacturing, design and manufacturing. Then in the area of thermal sciences, the area of fluid mechanics, thermal sciences, and so on. Then what is that? Robotics, manufacturing, so on. So we have identified manufacturing as to be one of the major thrust areas of the institute, because we feel in the country, where a country has, manufacturing only accounts for less than 15% of our GDP, gross domestic product, and that's where employment is going to be created. Okay, so there's a big push for manufacturing, and today, when we talk about manufacturing, all these AI, ML applications, data science, IoT based, we talk about smart manufacturing, Industry 4.0, right? Where all these tools and techniques that we're talking about, AI, ML, all those things are applied. Okay, so when I say manufacturing, it's not just going on the lathes and the assembling and all that. The whole thing, starting from the sensors to the data communication to the analytics that go with it, all these areas are covered. These are the people, for example, Ganeshan, he was head of design earlier of Bharat Benz and then Mitsubishi Fuso in Japan. So he's a professor of practice with us. Physics, we again strong group in physics. We have people working in all areas of physics, including atomic, molecular, and optical sciences, quantum technologies. Then in the area of condensed matter physics, now we have recently hired faculty members also in astronomy, and Professor Vasudev Rao, who retired from IIT Kharagpur. He's a national level specialist in vacuum technologies. Today, if you're talking about semiconductor manufacturing, food technology manufacturing, all this require vacuum technologies. So just to give you that the faculty members kind of background they're coming from, that will be teaching your kids if you join here. The curriculum, I think you're going to talk a little bit more, so I will just skip over this. Whereas we are trying to create as much flexible curriculum as possible for the students to choose. We have minor programs where the students can choose a minor. You can do for example, a BTech in civil engineering, but do a minor in, say, any other area, energy storage or economics or AI/ML. So you can choose a minor in these areas. And of course, every student does an industry internship. We have, as a major thrust area for the institute, we have identified a few thrust areas, including smart infra, including materials and manufacturing. As I said, these are critical things today, right? Today, if everyone is fighting, it is because of the critical minerals and manufacturing capability. What is Trump talking about? Bringing back all manufacturing jobs back to US, right? That is the big policy thing. So that's an area we want to be very strong in. Also, smart infrastructure and cyber physical systems. How do you manage your infrastructure, whether it's civil infrastructure or whether it's communication infrastructure or whether it's power infrastructure. And then energy storage, including batteries, lithium-ion batteries, sodium. The chemistries are changing so much. Sodium-ion batteries, people are talking now that they're developing technologies where the battery can go to 3,000 kilometers. right? These are all the cutting edge stuff that's going on. And then also food technology and precision agriculture. This is something in a country where almost 50% of the population, actually more than 50% of the population is dependent on agriculture, right? Still, which is not sustainable in the long term, but we felt that this is an area and in a country where 40% of the food that is produced goes waste. We talked about farm to table. What is produced in the farm to what ends up on your table for eating or in your plate to eat, 40% goes waste. Why? Because of lack of good harvesting technologies, lack of good storage, cold storage technologies, inadequate logistics, inadequate food processing. If you have a glut of tomatoes, can it be processed to make jam and juices and all these things? So a lot of it is going waste. So these are, again, if you look at it today, we talk about precision agriculture. We use drones, we use sensors. Suddenly agriculture has become high tech, where AI, ML applications are coming in and so on. So if you see all this, the underlying thing, if you see these three areas, is sensors, communication technologies, analytics, and the domain. Okay, then we also very strong in the area of positioning, navigation, and timing technologies. If we had Operation Sindoor and your missile has to go land exactly where it has to land, these are positioning technologies, right? If your satellites have to be tracked, you need the timing technologies and the positioning technologies. If you have to do your remote sensing, disaster management, autonomous vehicles, all these are dependent on positioning and precision technologies. So we have a national center for that. Then we have identified atomic, molecular, and optical sciences, including quantum technologies, as one of our thrust areas. Our honorable chief minister wants Amravati to be, he wants to create the quantum valley in Amravati. We are associated with that. In fact, day first yesterday also I was in a meeting with the chief minister's office on how to make AP a major this thing for quantum technologies. And we are very strongly associated. We are going to be starting programs to train teachers in other colleges on teaching quantum technologies and so on. And then semiconductors. Today India is investing a lot of money in manufacturing semiconductors. They're planning to set up 12 centers of excellence across the country on semiconductors. And we are one of the centers is expected to be in IIT Tirupati, okay, among the 12 that MIT is planning to set up. Okay, so we have a few centers that are already functioning. Many more are in offering. For example, on the positioning and precision technologies, we have the Technology Innovation Hub under the national mission. 100 crores is the investment the government is making in this. We are becoming the major center for geospatial technologies. Then we have the Center for Atomic, Molecular, and Optical Science and Technologies that is jointly run by IIT and IISER. We are the only city in the country which has an IIT and IISER, the premier science institutes. Their campus is just 3 kilometers from here. And we have an arrangement that if a student wants to take courses in IISER, let us say they're interested in more physics, or they want to take some biology courses or physics courses or mathematics courses or earth science courses, they can go take course there and transfer the credits here. Similarly, their students can come take courses here and transfer credits there. So what happens is the basket of courses available to students is much bigger. Okay, some students have this parents are forced us to engineering, but we would like to do more science. Okay, so they have the option within our science program also, plus IISER courses also available. Then we have a IIT Siemens Wipro Center of Excellence in Smart Manufacturing and Electric Vehicles. So this is Siemens has given us all this software. Siemens is one of the world's biggest company for many of this energy-related technologies and so on, or manufacturing technologies. So they've given the full suite of software to be used for our teaching purposes, for our students, and the platforms and so on. We are in discussions with various DRDO to set up a center of excellence here. In fact, only day yesterday, I got the letter back from the DRDO chairman. Yes, we're considering it. We have already previous ones, I think next, and also, the state is also looking at becoming a major center for defense manufacturing. So they are trying to anchor it, saying IIT Tirupati, all these people are there for a lot of research. So you can move it here. We're also in discussions with ISRO to set up a research cell here. And then we're also working with the big battery manufacturing companies like Amar Raja, JSW, Ola, all these people to set up a center of excellence in battery manufacturing. And this is the India Semiconductor Mission Center of Excellence on system level testing. As I told you, 12 centers they're trying to set up. One of them is hopefully going to be in Tirupati. We're very active in sponsored research, over 200 sponsored research projects in the institute, over which are more than 200 crores that our faculty members have. Almost every faculty member is very actively pursues and gets sponsored research projects in various national mission projects and various funded projects. So the students can, even undergraduate students can get engaged in these sponsored research projects if they're interested. Our faculty are also very active in consultancy in terms of advising the industry and in construction of various facilities like Polavaram project. The concrete that goes into the dams is that the brick wall is designed here by our colleagues at IIT Tirupati. This is not moving. Oops, yeah. Okay. We have collaborations with various institutions across the world, almost various countries. You can see these are all the points where our faculty have been collaborating with, writing joint papers, doing joint research, and so on. So every continent is covered, whether it's Europe or US, Canada, South America, Australia, South Africa, lots of the Asian countries. So we have collaborations going. Last week I was, for example, in Norway to discuss collaborations with the Norwegian universities, and then I also went to Copenhagen to discuss collaboration with the Danish universities in Copenhagen, and so on. And we have MOUs, formal MOUs, but you don't require an MOU for this collaboration to happen. We do MOUs only where it is really absolutely essential. Otherwise, we and we are also plugged into a lot of national networks, research networks like DAD, which is a German network of universities. So once you get into that, you are plugged into all the the top German universities, Shastri Institute, which is the Canadian universities, Heritage Network, that is for Europe, right? Then the Finnish network, Finland, and so on. Okay. Now coming to the physical part of the campus. One of the big challenges any institution has is connectivity, right? That way we're very fortunate that IIT Tirupati's connectivity is excellent. This is the place where the campus is. You can see the red mark where the campus location is. We are in this place called Erpedu, which is Mandal headquarters, halfway between Redigunta and Kalahasti. Actually, we are closer to Kalahasti, right? Where you can see the Kalahasti temple from here, from our campus, though it's about 12-13 kilometers away. We're at a higher elevation, so you can see the Gopuram very clearly. If you step out of this building, you can see the Kalahasti Gopuram. So Kalahasti, this is Kalahasti. Tirupati town, the center of Tirupati town, that is the Tirupati railway station bus stand, is about 25 kilometers from here. But that's not the station you use for reaching here. Most people will use Renigunta. So Renigunta station is just 14 kilometers from our campus. Now the highway between here and there is a 6-lane highway. 14 kilometers, you can get there in about 20 minutes. Okay. The airport is about 12 kilometers now, but they're putting a flyover over the railway track here. And once that flyover is done, the flyover formation is done, only the girders over the railway track have to be laid. So it's a matter of another 2-3 months work to complete that flyover. Then we can get to then the airport will come down to about 11 kilometers and you can reach in 12 minutes because it's a 6-lane highway. In 12 minutes, you're here from the airport to the campus. And from the Renugunta station to here in less than 20 minutes. So, so that way the connectivity is excellent. We have about 13 flights a day to Hyderabad. Every day between Tirupati and Hyderabad, there are about 13 flights. We have direct flights to Delhi, direct flights to Bombay, a couple of flights to Bangalore, direct flights to Vijayawada and Vizag. I think Kolhapur and a few other places. But once you fly to Hyderabad, you get a connectivity within an hour and a half to 2 hours to any point, whether to go to Guwahati or Jaipur or Kasi, Varanasi. We have excellent connectivity. For example, take IIT Hyderabad. They are about 50 kilometers from the airport. The nearest railway station is about 35 kilometers away, right? So that way, the connectivity is excellent. And Chennai is 3.5 hours to the center of Chennai. Outskirts of Chennai, you will get there in less than 3 hours. Bangalore, outskirts of Bangalore today, since it's a 6-lane highway, you get there in 4 hours, right? People today straight drive to Bangalore. Outskirts of Bangalore. Of course, to get to your point in Bangalore inside may take another 2-3 hours. But to White House, you will get in 4 hours flat. So that way, excellent connectivity. So this is how the campus looked when we got the land. So those of you who come to see the place today, you'll see the transformation that has happened. It was mostly a little scrub forest area. So first thing, so we have 548 acres. Our campus is being built over 548 acres. Between the mountain and the highway, we have 530 acres. And the other side of the highway, we have about 19 acres. So we set aside that 19 acres to create a big research park, innovation research park. Now the state of Andhra Pradesh, to create a strong innovation ecosystem in the state, they're setting up this Ratan Tata Innovation Hub. Okay, they with Amravati as the main hub and 5 spokes. And the Tirupati spoke, one of the spokes is Tirupati. We have in Vizag, Kakinada, Vijayawada, Tirupati, and Anantapur. So the Tirupati spoke technical partner is IIT Tirupati, and they are planning to set up the center here. Okay, the innovation hub in IIT campus. So the temporary campus is temporary operations are starting from the building next building here. I'm going after this meeting. I'm going there to review it. 10th Honorable Chief Minister is inaugurating them. All these hubs is on this 10th, 3 days from now. And so the work is going on in frenzy to get the place ready for the inauguration. But then the permanent facility also, we are planning to host it here within our campus so that all the institutions around can also come to use this facility along with our own students and faculty members. The whole idea is, so Kia Motors is putting in about 30 crores into the institute to set up a maker's lab. So if our students have an idea, they can use the software that we have in our the Siemens Center of Excellence to do the modeling, create digital twins, and then use the Makers Lab to make the actual models, prototypes, the mechanical, whether 3D printers, then the electronics required for it, whether it's drones or whether it is whatever product or service you want to create. So that is also in progress. That also will be coming up here. And last month, the managing director of Kia Motors was in IIT Tirupati, and we signed an MOU that they will fund all these activities for the next 5 years. So a lot of these things are happening with the industry. And what we did is, first thing we did as soon as we got the land is to commission an ecology study where we mapped all the flora and fauna on the campus, all the different kinds of plants, different types of animals that are there, right? Because we wanted to see how to create minimal impact on the environment as we're going to create an impact, but how do we minimize this, right? So we have about 230 bird species visiting our campus, including birds from Siberia, from Himalayas on their migratory path. We have documented all this. In ICER, we have a strong ecology group. We have ornithologists and all that. So they come and work with us in documenting all these things. So we are very conscious of how do we build our campus as we build it. So we created a master plan for 12,000 students. As I told you, the government of India is funding us immediately now in the project mode for 2,500 students. But our plan is over the years to grow to about 12,000. Now, why 12,000? There's a Kakaotkar committee report which said IIT should grow to this size institutions. And today, if you see the first generation IITs, they're at that size. Kharagpur is about 14,000, IIT Madras is about 12,000, I think Bombay is also around that, and so on. So they took about 65, 70 years to get there. But we feel that with the current economic ability in the country and so on, we can get there in about 25, 30 years. Okay. So we have done a master plan. We have planned the whole thing for 12,000 students, which buildings will come up later on, where hostels will come, where residential quarters will come. So the whole campus is divided into 4 zones. We have the academic zone. This is where all the academic buildings will come. You will see these are all the future buildings expected to come. What is in white is already been built and used now. What is in brown is going to be built in the next 3 years. So right now we have built the administrative building, the lecture hall complex where we are sitting now, and then the what we call academic building 1 and 2, right, which is housing all the departments. We have with about 50 laboratories, faculty spaces, and about 100 faculty spaces and 50 facility, which will house the high-end equipment, electron microscopes, chromatographs, testing equipments, and all these things, right? It's a very big facility which will be available not only for our researchers, but also for outside people. Then we have the hostel zone coming up here. Right now we have 1,000 rooms, single rooms that are built up in the central dining facility. In the coming phase, we'll be building 2 more hostels. One hostel, about 600 plus students for girls, and 1 more boys hostel. And then we have the residential zone here, where the faculty and staff housing are there. We already have about 168 apartments. We'll be building another 150 apartments in the coming 3 years. Now, this is the where we built our South campus. As I told you, in 2018 itself, we built and moved into the campus. So this is the South campus, where we built up hostels and some labs and classrooms and sports fields and so on. And this is a sports zone. Okay, this is a sports zone where we're building a full track, 400-meter track, and the stadium for that, a cricket ground, an open-air theater will house about 5,000 people. Then the various actually the tennis courts are under construction right now. We're building 4 tennis courts. We'll be building a swimming pool, volleyball, basketball courts, and then hockey and football. And then we'll also be building an indoor stadium. We'll house squash and gyms and yoga rooms and all those things. So all these designs are in advanced stages. We should be finishing them in next 2-3 months and start the tendering process for the construction. So this and we created 2 large lakes. Now we captured the runoff from the mountain. They're 14 feet deep. So and 10 acres. So 8 crore liters we store. 5 months of a water supply of the campus is from within the campus. Okay. So we've been very environmentally sensitive. We got the National Jal Shakti Award, Ministry of Jal Shakti, Water Resources Ministry's award for water conservation, and so on. So this was the campus that we built way back in 2018. It was then called the Transit Campus. Now it is called the South Campus, where we built a classroom building. Now we are giving this to the school, Kendra Vidyalaya. Then we built 2 large lab buildings, a multi-purpose building which had a few classrooms and health center and computer center and all that, dining hall, and about 6 hostels. Okay, so this was all operational from 2018. All classes were moved here in 2019. So this is how the site looked in 2018. And this is how the site looks now. That is one corner. Now this is all what has been built since 2020. Okay, the last 4 years. So these are 2 ponds. I said when it rains heavily, it's all full. The administrative building, the lecture hall complex, the academic buildings, central instrument. These are the hostels, dining facility. This is our guest house, the director's house. These are all the various apartments. Okay. We also have our water treatment plants. We recycle 100% of our water. We use it for gardening, for flushing, for running our AC plant. You'll see we have a central air conditioning plant here. All these buildings here in the academic zone comes from a central air conditioning plant. It's called district cooling system. So a lot of new technologies we have incorporated in the building of the campus. So these are some pictures of the buildings, academic administrative building, the various academic buildings. Now, one student asked me, sir, why you did not paint your buildings? But that is the architecture. Okay, this is called the brutalistic architecture. No painting, no plastering. You finish your construction, you do a very good job of your construction, and then no plastering, no painting. Okay, that is by intention, not that we forgot or we didn't have money to paint. Okay, uh, to get that is very difficult because other buildings they will do plastering, they'll do lousy job of construction, and they'll plaster it, cover up everything, and make it look okay. Here you can't do anything like that. It has to be perfectly built. We brought in formwork, German formwork, and all that to make this happen. A lot of study has gone into this. So this is we have a central food technology incubation center in the research park area that we are working with the farmers and others. This is the housing. This is the hostels. We'll be adding more hostels, as I said. Various sports facilities. This is the current indoor stadium facility where we have three shuttle courts. We have the gym, then the play field. But as I told you, the next phase, we're going to be building further football, hockey, another stadium, another cricket ground, indoor stadium, all those things in the next 3 years. And we have a health center on campus. In the current phase, we're also building a new health center, a full-fledged health center, which will house about 15 beds and all that. We have 2 full-time doctors, nurses, and so on. We have an ambulance, full-time 24/7 ambulance, pharmacy, and so on. Okay. So for our campus is probably the most awarded campus in the country. We got about 21 awards for we've been rated the best construction site in the country, the best site for health and safety practices. We've got awards for sustainability practices and so on. We've been rated. So right now, the various ministry, ACT, UGC keeps calling us to give presentations to the other vice chancellors and directors on how you should plan and build a campus. Okay, these are all the various awards that we have received. We have a vibrant student culture. We have a very active Speak Mackay chapter on campus where we have a lot of classical performances we bring in, whether Hindustani, Carnatic, dance, arts, all that. Unfortunately, very difficult to get the students to come and participate in them, where we bring in the top people in the country. Okay, so I encourage your parents to. Anyway, this is for my the thing. Then students celebrate various festivals. The students have a cultural festival called Tirutsva, which they run every year, Tirupati Utsava. So it used to be initially a techno-cultural festival. Now they separated out the technical festival and the cultural festival. For example, this year, the Tirutsva, the chief guest was Taman, the music director Taman, and these people had come. There are about more than 20 student clubs that are active, whether it's for cultural activities, technical activities, adventure activities. There's a trekking club. There are a lot of trekking places nearby that every semester they organize 1 or 2 treks into these various places. That's the Aranya Club, I think. They have artistic clubs, photographic club, then so on. Various, this is the entrepreneurship cell. This is acting club, right? Then there is so different activities, the astronomy club and all those things. Students can decide where they want to participate, so on. So this is a overview of the thing. When the parents and the students are taking decision on what they want to study, how they want to study, my suggestion is just don't go by the package. Okay, package is important, but not the only thing. You need to look at the kid's career over the next 30, 35 years once they get into a role. And these vary. For example, today, computer science jobs were hot. Now, what's going to happen in the next 5 years, we don't know. With so many people joining and coming out. In US, there's a dearth of jobs now for computer science people, right? And with the AI, ML things happening, so whereas the country has, but the only challenge is if you compare package-wise, starting packages in the core sector, that is civil, mechanical, chemical, material science, is a little low. Starting. I have been studying this issue very long, and I've been talking about this in various forums. The students who are really good learn, study. Over 5 to 10 years, their salary catch up with the people who decide to move on other things. And they're wanted in the industry for the next 30 years. Whereas in some of the sectors, you start with high, but once you reach 35, 40, you're not so much, you become too costly for that sector and they want you to be out. So look at it from a long-term perspective, look at it where the opportunities are happening in the country, and just don't go by the herd mentality in terms of choosing what is. Things are transforming, changing very drastically. We don't know how things are going to be in the next 4 or 5 years. Job roles are changing and so on. Important is if the student is interested in a particular area, let them do it, right? Don't force them because your neighbor said this, what will others think, why this fellow took chemical engineering. If they say the student is interested in chemical engineering, then he could have got, say, electrical engineering somewhere. So think about this when you're taking this decision. My only appeal to all of you is not to just go by what you hear about packages. Okay. Thank you. We'll stop there. Yeah. You're going to present Raman.
Second one. No. Just 1 minute.
A very good morning to all. So our director has almost discussed, gave the overview of the whole details. I will be only specifically focusing on few of the aspects, especially related to the academic or BTech curriculum related things. Of course, one question usually that occurs is how is the curriculum and what department to choose, and based on the department and the college, what call to be taken. That's in fact the first question that you may get in this process. So here we have we have recently revised the curriculum with bringing many of the aspects. One thing that we have looked at is to concisely present the important all elements that will bring in a holistic curriculum. In fact, we have reduced the number of credits or the number of courses to a minimum required level. And this encompasses learning in different aspects. Of course, we have we have different components in this like curriculum, essentially focusing on flexibility, bringing practical aspects like having some socially relevant and locally relevant projects in the curriculum itself, or the hands-on experience in terms of both industrial or internship, long-term internships, and the relevant projects. And we do have composition of different courses like humanities, skill-based courses, recent technology-based courses, and so on. These are essentially a few of the aspects that encompasses the curriculum. We have the good composition of different elements that brings in both the engineering flavor and as well as the skills that are required to for the current trend. We do have some of the specific components such as courses on well-being or courses on this essentially life skills. And we also have some number of hours dedicated to the NSS activities that will give essentially the overall growth. In fact, we have a composition of NSS activities wherein there is a technical component as well as a service component. So this broadly gives what are all the different aspects that we have in curriculum. So we do have good number of free electives and departmental electives. So these gives roughly, if we consider the flexibility, we have roughly 30% or 40% in the curriculum, overall curriculum, wherein there are 4 free electives and 4 departmental electives. These can be based on the completely on the student choice, and these can be used for doing some of the other department in pursuing some of the interdisciplinary or other department interests. Say, for example, we have the minor courses that needs to be done with 4 courses. So minor programs with 4 courses that can be done under the free electives. So we do have essentially to cater the students' interest at various levels, and then to also have a kind of a pursuing as per their interest time to time. We do have multiple exit options in the curriculum. And as you can see, each of the year also has a composition of different level of courses. Initially, there will be a composition of basic science and engineering courses, and then subsequently they will be having the core engineering courses and subsequently professional courses and projects. So there is a possibility for taking the MOOC courses or the courses in NPTEL and so on, given like that there are many like online resources available in the current scenario. So as I mentioned, the free electives and departmental electives, there are good number of them, and which can be used for taking different interests of the students. We do have the provision for the long-term internship as well as short-term internships. And of course, the band change option is also there, even though the suggestion is to take the department or the choice based on your interest. If the students at the end of first year would like to have a branch change based on the performance in the overall first year, there will be 10% of the students that will be allowed to make a branch change. And of course, it should also preserve not more than 10% change in the parent department. As the director also mentioned, we do have dual degree option. This is not at the beginning you need to make a choice. You can take a choice of dual degree after completing the third year. So essentially, by then, if the student's CGPA is above 8, they can opt the MTech program converting to the dual degree and taking up the MTech courses and MTech also to be completed in the 5 years at that time. Of course, for the dual degree, like MTech programs, half-time teaching assistantship will be given in the last year. So as mentioned, there is a provision of minors. In fact, we have minors in, there are several minors, 11 to 12 minors. Like they will cater the interest of different engineering students on learning of the other interdisciplinary or other engineering courses. So essentially, for example, any of the students in any of the branches can take the minors, any of these minors. Essentially, there is also a provision to take multiple minors. For example, each minor consists of only 4 courses. So if they complete 2 courses in their curriculum itself and take 2 additional courses in the departmental elective and take another 4 courses in the free elective in computer science, for example, a mechanical engineering student can get a computer science minor and as well as his parent department minor or any other department minor. So essentially, it gives the flexibility for the students to take. In fact, based on properly selecting the courses, we can take up to 2 and 3 minors as well. And these can be of varied interest. For example, those who work in mechanical engineering, if they want to have robotics, they can take both robotics, and as well as if they have interest in AML, they can take AML as well. Similarly, for example, those who want to have a management minor, so along with the core engineering, they do have that option. These minors are evolving in nature, and we are going to add based on the current trends. Essentially, the idea is the core engineering is preserved and they do well there. And then with the set of courses that are of the current demand, both for industry and recent trends, they will be able to cater through these minors. So here is the lecture complex where we are. This is mainly for the online participants. This also for the online participants, this is the academic building one, wherein we have the departments, 4 departments, and then the classrooms. This is the other academic building where we have other 4 departments or 5 departments and then the classrooms, few of the classrooms. So on the this is on the academic front. So far I have discussed. I will flash few of the slides. Of course, director has covered most of them, except a couple of things that I would like to cover. So we do have good like facilities. So we do have guiding and counseling unit for all the students. Those who need any guidance at any point of time are free to, of course, discuss with the faculty advisor whom they are directly associated to, or with the guiding and counseling unit. That gives them a kind of a both from the like personal perspective and then as well as in their like holistic perspective. The suggestions are the directions. We do have career development center, which will enable the students to grow for their subsequent career, both in terms of the internships, placements, and of course, in terms of the communication skills and all those aspects. There are many other activities that are involved, as already discussed. So the remaining things are almost discussed. So I will just flash on and probably so these are all the medical facilities available. We do have permanent doctors associated with the campus. And we have, of course, guidance and counseling unit, as I mentioned, and cafeteria and many like other facilities that are necessary and needed, sports facilities, and vibrant campus in the vibrant life in the campus. This is the career development cell. Like each of them are being guided by a faculty advisor and supporting staff as well. So they can directly approach either the faculty or the staff based on their like interest. This is the thank you. So probably we can have an interaction now. Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you, Professor Satyanarayana and
Last-
Professor Krishna, for such a clarifying talk. And
Now you can mute all, and then we will have questions here, and then we will go online. Yeah.
so here you can engage with professors and clarify all your doubts.
Yeah. Do you have a mic? Yeah, because please use the mic, then people online also can hear. Any questions? Clarifications? Yeah, please get the mic here. Ikada.
Thank you, sir, for giving a very good presentation on your institute. A couple of questions. One is regarding the ragging. Is there any ragging in this institute? The second one is related to the security of the students, safety and security. The third one is related to I know you said don't worry about the packages, but I'll just ask you a question regarding the placements. How well as IIT Tirupati is placed in terms of placements?
Okay. Uh, so the first question is on ragging, right? So we were very strict anti-ragging policy. So ranking or ragging? Ragging only, right? Yeah. Very strict anti-ragging policy. So far in our, how many batches we have admitted now? This is the, yeah, 15 onwards. So this is almost the 10th batch we'll be admitting. I think we had only one time we had to take some action on some students, which is not severe. It is just that there was some incident which was reported and we took action. So we're very strict on that, and we take it very seriously. And I don't think it's been an issue, major issue. The second thing is with respect to security. Yeah, we are well secured. It's only the students who want to, want to keep roaming out and all those things. Again, we have not had any major issues that we had to deal with respect to security so far. Of course, the students also start talking about their rights. How can you prevent me from going out at 1 o'clock at night and these kinds of stuff? And they're above 18. So we have to balance these things. While we try to do this thing, but some of this, if you go out at late night and something happens to you and you're an adult, how do I stop that? But we have not had any major things. Coming to the placement, day before yesterday only we had a review of in our heads of departments and sections meeting. The placement this time is 80, how much? Huh? 80% of the students have been placed, right? It's not that the other students cannot be placed. I think there are enough jobs out there, but our expectations of students are so high that they want to, if you say, I will not attend an interview unless I get 10 lakhs minimum. So this is a stand many of the students are taking. Industry, if you take the core sector, is not ready to pay so much. It's not in a position. As I told you, you ramp up very fast in the core sector. Okay, starting packages are a little low. So I think all the students who have a reasonable academic record and who have see when you because so we have enough job offerings. It's just that the student, they're not maybe matching the students' requirements or their expectations or the family's expectations. So that is the thing. And obviously it varies from branch to branch. Computer science students, almost 100% have been placed. The other branches, on the average, is 80%. Yeah. Any other questions?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good morning, sir. I am Dr. Harshakant. I have a question about the collaboration with the foreign universities.
Mm-hmm. Is online? Okay.
Yeah, online. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, please tell me.
Yeah. Do we
What's the
have
question?
collaboration with the foreign universities?
Yeah, we have collaborations with foreign universities and we're expanding that. We have very strong, for example, relationship with Texas A&M in the US. As the picture that, for example, Dalhousie University in Canada, Agder University in Norway, these are all formal MOUs. But
Okay.
our students are going under the DAD scheme to various German universities because we have a collaboration with the DAD system in Germany. We have students going on for internships in summer to various universities across the world. Our thing is expanding further. In fact, when you're doing the second phase hostel, we are adding some extra space, especially for international students. When you talk about collaboration, it has to be both ways. So to accommodate international students on campus and so on. So there are a lot of the map I showed you earlier, where we have collaborations with at least faculty with at least 20, 25 countries. Our faculty are collaborating, writing joint papers, research, and students also have been going on internships to these various places.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir, thank you. So that
And we have also now
includes the student exchange programs also.
exactly, and we are expanding on this. And now we have also enabled 6-month internship.
Yes, sir.
So a student can plan their curriculum their coursework in such a way that they can do a 6 months internship in their final year.
Okay. And so there is an assistant from the faculty in those selection of the internships and these curricula in the other units.
Yeah, so we have the career and guidance cell, career development cell, which takes care of both placements and internships. They're in touch with the industry to help students find internships,
Okay,
along
sir.
with some of the faculty members with their own contacts with the industry.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome.
Sir, I have a question. This is
Yep.
this is regarding the branch change. I have 2-3 questions. Number one, do you allow branch change from mechanical to computer science on CPI basis, or like what?
Well, see, of course, a lot of IITs are now have stopped branch change, right? This is also a big debate that's been going internally in our institute. But anyway, now we have branch change for this particular batch
Okay, sir.
of students who are joining. And branch change is based on your CGPA, on your first year performance.
Yeah,
Your
how much do
grade.
you want? How much should be? It should be like 10 out of 10. How much it should be? Like 9.5 or 9.0?
Yeah, it should be above 9. It depends on how many students want. See, the
Okay.
rule is the maximum number of net change in any branch cannot be more than 10%.
Okay, sir. So this is my second question. That
So,
this 10% you are creating from new, or you are adjusting within the, because you 10% means roughly 5-6 seats. So if 5-6 seats you are creating new for computer science, or how you are adding it?
yeah, so if I think right now our admission for computer science is about 55 students,
Yeah. So
right?
5 to 6.
So 55 students, so we can add 5 students into computer
Yes.
science, 5 or 6. Right?
So you will
I don't
take
know
top
how they're
5 from
writing.
all branches.
Now, this will be from all branches. Maximum students who can enter into computer science is 5 students.
Yes.
And similarly, the maximum number of students can exit a branch is also 5 students.
Yeah.
So if all the mechanical engineering students are topping,
Hmm.
so maximum that can leave, for example, in civil and chemical, we admit 35 students. How many? 35 or 37 students. So there, I think about 3 or 4 students only can exit from that branch into various branches. So net change in a branch. So say some students from mechanical have exited, and some students want to change to mechanical, say from chemical to mechanical.
Yes.
Then based on that, the net change cannot be more than 10%.
Okay, but suppose in the high condition that no computer science student is exiting, then how you create those 5 seats?
No, the extra 5 seats are created.
Okay, so extra. That is what my question. So that is second
Yeah, extra
question.
5 seats are created. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. And third question is that can we do MTech in computer science if I do MTech, BTech in mechanical?
Right now, that provision is not there. You
Okay.
cannot. You will not be able to do an MTech in because because what the requirements are similar to what is required for a regular MTech, right?
Okay.
But you can, in your free electives and through your minors, do courses related to computer science.
Okay, and actually my question was through GATE. If I enter in GATE, suppose I give GATE exam and I qualify for MTech. So
Yeah.
is there any basic requirement that I cannot sit in computer science because I have not done BTech in computer science?
No, that's not there. If you qualify through GATE, you can.
So
Computer
through
science GATE.
Okay, so computer science through GATE I can do even though I have
Yeah.
done BTech in mechanical engineering.
Correct. Exactly.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So it is possible in your institute, or I need to take MTech in other institute?
No, you can do it in our institute itself if they write GATE. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir,
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yeah, you can ask in any languages I can handle, or Telugu, Hindi, Tamil, and English. So if you want to ask questions in any of those languages, as per your comfort, it's fine.
So this is Rudranil. I have a question. I mean,
Where are you from, Mr. Rudranil?
This is from Kolkata.
Okay.
Okay. So there is a question regarding, there's some confusion around whether mechanical or engineering physics would be best fit, because I will be getting those branches around this rank, but looking at the electives cannot make up the mind. Okay. So I was
Well,
wondering which.
as I mentioned earlier, engineering physics courses are mostly physics and electrical engineering courses. Okay, I think almost 60% weightage is more towards physics and 40% towards electrical, approximately the course distribution.
Okay.
So and some material science related stuff, physics and material science related.
Okay.
So engineering physics is in that direction. Mechanical engineering is, everyone knows about mechanical engineering. You know, the courses that you do, whether manufacturing, design, thermal, these kinds of courses, fluids.
Right.
Yeah.
And engineering physics is mostly geared towards higher studies, more
No,
than
not
industry.
necessarily, because the engineering physics, there's a demand in the industry for manufacturing. As I told you, semiconductor manufacturing, battery manufacturing.
Okay.
These are the areas also they could get into.
All right.
Or development, not only manufacturing, design also in this area. Anyone from the engineering physics
Okay.
program want to add something? Kodesha or one of these people?
Hello, Professor.
Use
Good
the
morning.
mic.
Can you hear me? Hello, Professor.
Yeah,
Good
so
morning.
if
Can
you
you hear
can
me?
see the curriculum, so nearly 32 credits are from electrical engineering. I mean, EC, especially from EC side, and nearly 50% is from physics side. So at the end, you can choose the career either towards EC side or physics side. So both the sides.
So if a student, you know, as one professor from the first engineering physics program was started in IIT Bombay, I think in 1985. And one of the professors there was saying it is engineering physics because parents want their children to do engineering. The kid is very passionate about physics. So to cater to both the parent and the child, this, they came up with this branch. So after the 4 years of your BTech, for example, we have a faculty member here, Aniket Joglekar, who is an engineering physics graduate from IIT Bombay. But then he went on to do physics at University of Chicago, one of the top physics, where the atom bomb, all that was the thing. So, and then he's a faculty member here. So he went in pure physics after that. So you have the option, or you can get into do a master's in electrical engineering or get into a job related to electrical engineering. So the option of both going in either direction later on, based on your interest and passion.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. I am
Yeah.
Mihir from Pune. I just wanted to ask that in the CS branch, is there an elective of quantum computing?
Yes.
Yeah, it's available from the
Yeah.
second year on.
I don't know which year they're offering, but it is available. And as I told you, our Honorable Chief Minister wants to make Andhra the place for quantum computing. We're starting up the Quantum Valley in Amravati. And we will be very much associated with this whole thing, along with IBM, TCS, L&T, IIT Madras, IIT Tirupati. We're all the core team setting up this Quantum Valley. And we will be offering a number of, we have people working in all areas of different areas of quantum, because today quantum computing is one aspect of quantum. We have quantum materials, we have quantum sensing and metrology, we have quantum communication. For example, in the Indian National Mission, this quantum mission of India, we have a big project on quantum communication at IIT Tirupati. So we are even now working on a minor in quantum technologies. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Professor, good morning. May I know how is the placement opportunities for chemical engineering? What type of policies the visiting companies make, whether they allow chemical engineering for IT jobs or only core company? If core company, how is type of jobs, type of core companies visiting?
See, as I told you, I think we have enough opportunities in chemical engineering, but all these core companies, manufacturing, chemical engineering companies will be manufacturing related companies. The starting salaries are low. Okay, in the sense that 6 lakhs, 7 lakhs, 8 lakhs. But if you stick on for 5-6 years, you grow very strong. The problem is the very few companies are ready to offer starting salaries above in the manufacturing sector about 10 lakhs. And our students say, I'm not going to attend an interview if it is less than so much. Okay. So those opportunities are not opening up for them to go through the same, because I would rather go and work for ICICI Bank for 10 lakhs or 11 lakhs. So I think there are enough opportunities. For example, if you go to US, the highest paid engineers are chemical engineers. Okay. But you don't need as many chemical engineers as the hordes of computer science related people that you need. But people who took on, because I have a lot of friends, my own classmates who study chemical engineering. My own son is a chemical engineering PhD. So I know that my father was a chemical engineer. I know that area reasonably well. And I think there are good opportunities. My classmates who went on to chemical engineering have done extremely well, who stuck on to chemical engineering, if you look at their overall career. So I think there are enough opportunities out there, but let us face the reality that the manufacturing sector starting salaries are low. I keep emphasizing starting is low, but you catch up in 5 to 8 years with the other sectors, with the IT sector and the consulting sector.
Thank you, Professor. I have one more question.
Yeah.
How about, are there any, if the student want to do a CAT exam, want to take a CAT exam and do an MBA, what type of environmental support, like the campus provides?
See, the campus we will not be giving support to prepare for GATE, CAT, and all that, because that is the students prepare on their own for these exams. So we will not be doing special programs for them to prepare for CAT and so on.
Okay, thank
But
you.
there are in their BTech program related to this. Of course, CAT exam is a more, it's not specifically management exam. It is a more an aptitude exam. So there are so much resources available now for preparation. But the institute will not be making arrangements for coaching and all that for CAT and so on. But there's enough ecosystem. A lot of students are preparing, so they all prepare together.
Thank you, Professor.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Thank you very much for your very informative session. And my question is regarding the dual
Where are
degree.
you calling from, ma'am?
I'm calling from Kerala.
Okay. Which place in Kerala?
In Thrissur.
Thrissur, okay. Yeah.
And my question is regarding the dual degree. Since the structure of the dual degree that is offered in your institute is different from the 4+2 system, and my question is regarding, is there any issue in terms of the higher education or career in any part of Indian institute or abroad? Say if my child wants to go for PhD in foreign university or to take any career in Indian institutes based on the MTech and PhD, will it have any problem? And the second question, what is the eligibility criteria for this this dual degree? Does it need the GATE score and so on?
No. So if you're our own student, you don't need a GATE score to get into dual degree program. As I mentioned, you opt for the dual degree program at the end of your third year. Some of the IITs have dual degree program at the entry itself, right? You do a this thing, but we don't have that. Because we feel that a student when they're entering, they still don't know the area to talk about dual degree special, because when you get to masters, you get a little bit more specialization. So we feel that let them do their BTech and do a few courses and then understand the field and then opt for the dual degree. So at the end of third year, they opt for the dual degree. If they have a CGPA greater than 8, they will get half-time teaching assistantship. In the case of unrestricted category, and the case of reserved category, I think it's a little 7.5, right? SCST. So then they get an half-time teaching assistantship in the last year. That is, they get about 12,000, 13,000 rupees, 13,000 rupees or so as per month, where they work for the department of the institute for 8 hours a week. So that option is there. At the end of the thing, they get 2 degrees. They get both the BTech degree and they get the MTech degree. Okay. So you save 1 year in the process of doing this. If you're going for a PhD abroad, it is actually these people will be much more in demand for PhD than if you're straight going after BTech, because you're already also going with a master's degree. So it will be well valued for if your child is considering doing a PhD, both the bachelor's and the master's.
సార్ నమస్తే సార్.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
సార్ మేము కర్ణాటక నుంచి మాట్లాడుతున్నాం సార్. నా పేరు కాళీకృష్ణ అండి సార్. సార్ ఇప్పుడు మొన్న రీసెంట్ ఈ సంవత్సరం బడ్జెట్లో 6,500 సీట్స్ మేము ఐఐటీలో న్యూ జనరేషన్ ఐఐటీలో పెంచినామని బడ్జెట్లో డిక్లేర్ అయింది సార్. ఈ సంవత్సరం అకాడమిక్ ఇయర్లో ఏమైనా ఇంక్రీజ్ అయినాయి సార్ సీట్స్?
Yeah, so the 6,500 is across the 5 IITs. That is, the way the 6,500 has come up is, as I told you, 1,200 for each of the IITs is the DPR. I mean, the project mode is for 2,500 students. 1,200 was what was funded earlier. Now we're going to be increasing 1,300 in each IIT. 1,300 into 5 is 6,500. 1,300 in each IIT over the next 5 years, right? So this year, IIT Tirupati is not increasing in the BTech program. Some other IITs are increasing. Some other third generation IITs are increasing. Probably will be increasing next year. We're increasing more in our MTech and PhD this time in this year. So this year's admission, we have not increased the number of seats in the BTech program.
సార్ వన్ మోర్ క్వశ్చన్ సార్. సార్ ఇక చాలా ఐటీలో ఫుడ్ సరిగా ఉండదని చెప్తారు సార్. ఇక్కడ ఫుడ్ క్వాలిటీ ఎలాగా మెయింటైన్ చేస్తారు సార్? ఇప్పుడు పిల్లల గ్రోత్కి వాళ్ళ హెల్త్కి ఫుడ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ సార్. పేరెంట్స్కి అది చాలా కన్సర్న్ ఉంటుంది సార్ ఫుడ్ విషయంలో. సో
Well, yeah, I know this is always a challenge because we keep working with the caterers. See, all of us nowadays do outsourcing for food catering. We hire agencies which will supply the food catering. We try to work closely with them, monitor them, and implement this thing. Yes, I'm not saying that we don't have complaints from the thing. It goes. See, the problem is the students want lowest price but highest quality. Okay, and the students also decide on who the caterer is going to come and all that. And at the time of thing when we advise the students that we have to pay a reasonable price to get good quality, they will say no. Then at that time they only talk about price. So these are some of the challenges we have. But I think on the whole we have been managing reasonably well on the food front, and we'll continue to monitor this very closely and try to do the best. Because the students also have a decision in making in which caterer to bring in and all those things, and the pricing and everything.
ఎస్ సార్. సార్ లాస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ సార్. లాస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ సార్. ఇక చాలా ఐఐటీలో ఈ డ్రగ్స్ అది గట్రా చాలా ఉంటాయని మేము విన్నాం సార్. సో దాని పట్ల మీరు ఎలాగా చర్యలు తీసుకున్నారు సార్? దాన్ని డ్రగ్స్ గట్రా అక్కడ కంట్రోల్ చేయడానికి. అఫ్ కోర్స్ ఇట్ ఇస్ న్యూలీ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్డ్ ఐఐటి. సో మేము పాత ఐఐటీలో చూస్తే అవన్నీ చాలా ఉంటాయి, పిల్లలు ఆ విషయంలో చాలా చనిపోతారన్న అవకాశాలు ఉన్నాయని ఒక కంప్లైంట్స్ ఉన్నాయి సార్. అది ఇక్కడ ఈ న్యూ ఐఐటీలో మీరు ఎలాగ దాన్ని చర్యలు తీసుకున్నారు సార్ కంట్రోల్?
సో we tightly monitor మన అంటే జస్ట్ నేను ఇంగ్లీష్లో చెప్తే, ఇంగ్లీష్లో పర్వాలేదు కదా ఆన్సర్?
I can understand, sir. I can understand English.
Okay, good. The question is whether there's a drugs issue on campus. At least we tightly try to very strongly monitor this if it comes to our notice. We have not had a situation so far where at least in our campus, where it has come to our notice there's a drugs problem on the campus. Okay. Maybe there are occasional cases of student going and drinking or something like that. But on the drugs front, definitely we are very much touch with the security system around the police thing to get information if there are some channels through which it's coming and so on. At least to our knowledge, we have not had a situation where we had to deal with the students with a drug issue. And we have very strong disciplinary committee, the thing if it comes to our knowledge.
Good morning, sir.
Sir,
Good morning, sir. This is Ganesh here,
Yeah.
calling from Bangalore.
Yeah.
Sir, I saw your Center of Excellence on tie-ups with the industries like which provide software tools, right?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to know, is it only for software tools or something related to chip designing tools also that is be available for the students to learn on some job-oriented training kind of thing within the campus?
So as I told you, the Center of Excellence for Smart Manufacturing is just not software. I think I mentioned that all the software they've given us for all the modeling and creating digital twins, and whether it's from the angle of electronics or whether angle for fluids, mechanical modeling and all those things. In addition, as I told you, we're setting up a makers lab where in association with Kia Motors, where they're investing more than 20 crores for this, where the students will have all the equipment for fabrication, for testing, 3D printers, all these things. And with this Ratan Tata Innovation Hub, this ecosystem is going to become extremely strong. So we'll have all these facilities available. We have student clubs which are into rocketry. There's a team which is working on fuel for rocketry. We have an automobile club. We have a drone club. We've been making various, and they're doing pretty good job. Very impressed with the kinds of initiatives the students have taken. I wish more students get involved. But all this ecosystem broadly exists, but we're expanding it considerably the next 1 year.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yeah.
This is from Vizag, sir.
Yeah.
What about the growth of chemical engineering in future, sir?
See, chemical engineering is definitely will be a continuously, whether it's pharmacy, whether it is chemical processing. Now we are all this rare earth issues are coming up, materials. So from chemical engineering, you can go into biotechnology. Students can go into biotechnology, can go into pharmacy, they can go into materials manufacturing, battery technologies, all these various areas. So I think there's adequate opportunities that are there in chemical engineering. You also have to understand that there are not too many institutes offering chemical engineering other than the IITs and few NITs and this thing, right? So it's not the numbers game in chemical engineering, unlike in computer science, where some of the private engineering colleges have 50 sections, 55 sections, and so on. But I feel there is enough scope for people who are passionate and serious. The whole problem is you parents from day one say, okay, you got to go, you study something else tomorrow to go into IT or go into management. So the student doesn't take interest in learning the subject well because they think this is something that I have to go through.
So thing is, the child is very much interested in chemistry, sir.
Ah.
So he want to take, he got 3,800 rank.
Hmm.
He want to take chemical engineering, sir.
Yeah. So please, if he's really passionate, please encourage. If you're really passionate and you're really good, I think every branch has enough opportunities. The whole problem comes in the confusion of taking a branch and then saying you're not getting the package which you could have got if you went this thing and so on. If you take a long term, I'm a civil engineer, okay, and my friends who have stuck to civil engineering have done very well, okay. Some of them are leading consultants, leading this thing. My friends in chemical engineering, even last week I was talking to two of them, right, who are now, all of my friends are in the stage of getting retiring and moving on and so on. They've become managing directors, CEOs of these companies, right, who stuck to the field. Yeah.
Sir, is it right choice to take his interest to take chemical engineering?
As I told you, please encourage the kid to go after their interest. Yeah, and if they're passionate about, if they're really interested, passionate, and continue to do this, there are enough opportunities out there. I only keep telling that if you say that at the end of the day, my kid did not do this 1 crore job, which is, this is another confusion parents have. they'll see in the press that some fellow got 1 crore or 1.5 crores. And in the first generation IITs, some 3-4 students get that kind of thing, or 6-7 students out of the 1,000 students who are coming out, right? And then start comparing. If you do that, then you're the same. I think there is enough scope. A lot of new technologies emerging in material science area. If you take solar, if you take batteries, if you take at the end of the day, EVs are dependent on the semiconductors. We are now setting up the semiconductor factories in Gujarat and Assam and other places. The advisor to semiconductor mission, Mr. Professor Rautumala, who is at Georgia Tech, he's been going around talking. And he says the most engineers I need for my semiconductor plants is chemical engineers. Maximum engineers I need for semiconductor manufacturing. The design of the chip is done by the electrical engineers. Okay. But if you're talking about manufacturing, it is chemical engineers, material science engineers, and mechanical engineers who are required. Okay. So this, I think awareness is not there. But then if I'm going to be sitting in the, we have enough people in the country who are doing chip design. A lot of people are doing chip design. We are having a big challenge in manufacturing. Today, people are going to Taiwan. Tatas have gone to Taiwan to pick up engineers and technicians to run their semiconductor plant. And what are the people they're trying to pick up? Chemical engineers and mechanical engineers from that place.
Sir, which type of companies is approaching for chemical engineering for campus at Tirupati?
Is the chemical engineering head here? Yeah. Anki, please, would you like to take this question? No, they're asking which type of companies have come. Please use the mic because they can.
Internship.
This is Dr. Anki Reddy, who is the head of chemical engineering department.
Yeah. Thank you, parents, for your kids' interest in chemical engineering. I see. I am very happy to see a lot of questions from the chemical engineering. As directors are explained, a lot of companies are showing interest, for a placement here. That's what once again I iterate that it is not about the number of companies. Companies are coming. That the students are not sitting in the placement when the salary is less than 10 lakhs per annum. So we are finding it difficult to motivate the students to sit with the same enthusiasm as they sit for the companies which offer more than 10 lakh. So that's a starting salary could be an issue. Otherwise, if you ask me the number of what kind of companies, yes, there are core companies as well as IT-based companies. Both are showing interest and they are registering with us. And Baker Hughes also recently took some students from for the internship, and they will be continued. They will be going to give them an offer as well. So Reliance is also interested. And we also continuously in touch with the companies like Hindustan Unilever, which is there in Bangalore. For their R&D center, they need a chemical engineers. So, and recently one more food-based food startup companies, they are also showing interest to recruit our chemical engineering students. So I hope it I answered your question.
So how about the internship?
Yeah, this internship as well. This time, I think chemical engineering is in terms of the percentage of the placements, internship is the highest at IIT Tirupati. So all our students, third year students, are placed in the internship. Some company, I don't want to really tell the name of the companies, but every third year student of a chemical engineering department, as a part of the curriculum, already secured an internship outside IIT Tirupati. Now, if they perform well at the place where they are doing internship, there is a highly likely chance that they will be absorbed as a permanent employee once they finish the BTech degree as well.
So good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Am I audible? Yeah. So
you're audible.
Yeah, I'm speaking from Chennai, sir. So I
Yeah.
have a couple of questions. So one is like my daughter is completely interested in computer science, but wherein the rank is not allowing her to get in. But if at all we are getting some other branches, as you said, according to the CGPA, we can shift to the higher branches. But if at all she's not getting in that too, since the seats are very less, like 5 seats only you're telling, is there any club sort of things wherein they can cultivate their AI and data science related, software related stuffs? In what way it will be helpful for civil engineering or mechanical engineering students?
Yeah. So we have, for example, we have a coding club. Students are actively participating in this coding club to pick up skills in coding, and they have 5 free electives, right? So students have 5 free electives. So under these electives, free electives is where they can go take course anywhere in the institute. A civil engineer can go take in computer science or in mechanical or in chemical and so on, based or in humanities, right? They
Okay.
can take that, and they can take minors related to this area. So these are the ways. Thing only whole problem is now what happens is now from day one, even before they joined, you decided my kid is going to go through this. And this. Then what happens? The student doesn't take interest in their studies in their core area. Also, they don't do well there because they've been pushed by the parent to think about other things from day one. Now, this is what creates a lot of confusion and tension and pressure on the kid, right? Uh, so, so you don't. My other suggestion is every student who is gotten is equally good. So your probability, don't take a decision on the branch saying my kid. A lot of parents come and tell us my kid is very good. They will get the branch. They'll top the class and work hard and get the thing. But every kid in the class is equally good, right? So don't take your decision on the branch and other things, saying that my kid will get a branch change. Okay, if it happens, well and good, but decide on the branch, saying that this is the branch probably my kid will continue and complete, and encourage the kid to take interest in that branch.
Okay, sir. So my second question is, how far the institute supports for UPSC awareness or any support or coaching is provided there, sir, with the seniors, or any cell is there or any club is there?
Well, there is no club or cell to promote people. See, a lot of the public sector companies now take using GATE as the basis for hiring. A lot of public sector companies like, of course, we're getting into IES and railways and that you have to take the UPSC. You're talking about IAS, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. So if they're interested in IAS, as I told you, we have a master's in public policy. We have courses being offered in public policy. They can start taking their free electives or a minor also related to public policy program if they're interested in going in that direction. But
Okay.
but they study on their own. The institute does not have a formal. There are informal ways people network and do these things, but institute does not, because we should not be seen as encouraging coaching, encouraging all these things.
Yeah, I understand. Sir, as
Yeah.
you were telling us, like we got the mentorship from Madras, IIT Madras. So in
Yeah.
what way, see, now it has become autonomous, IIT Tirupati, but is it
Yeah.
any possibility of attending offline placement things with them, or we can access Madras facilities or the professors, or anything can be connected with them for our upliftment?
Yeah, see, the mentorship is from the initial years. In fact, when we started our PhD program, as a part of the PhD program, every student has to do about 4 courses, or if you're doing an MS program, 5 courses. The first few batches, they went to IIT Madras to do the coursework and come, because we were getting new faculty members and all that. Now we are mature enough. Okay, we are on our own. But IIT Madras is always there to support us. I reach out to them on occasions. We are more on equals now in terms of how we deal with each other. But IIT Madras has always been supportive. And if there's any specific on a case by case basis, it can be looked into. But no more. It's a formal thing that earlier, as I told you, the first 3 years is where we had this arrangement where students go take courses there and so on. Not anymore. But But if there is a course, if someone is doing an MTech or is doing a PhD, and they need to do some coursework which is not available in our institute, has to go there, that we will facilitate. But if a BTech student wants to go and do a course there, that they have to work themselves with the institute there.
No, I'm not asking about a course and all, like internship or any support system which we can take from them.
Well, see, if they want to go do an internship there, a research internship, they're very much welcome. But placement, we have our own placement cell. They will not let our students come and sit in their placement interviews.
Okay, sir. Got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir. I am
Morning.
Swati Sharma.
Yeah.
Sir, my question is, like I've heard that 80 to 90% of the companies that visit for placements allow all the students irrespective of the branch.
No, it's not 80 to 90%. It
morning,
depends
sir.
on the companies. Maybe companies that are more in the some in IT sector, not even there also they're this thing. Companies in the financial sector or business analytics sector, they permit, but not everyone.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
but what's the
I
question?
talked to, my question is, sir, like, first of all, about electrical engineering. What are the placement prospects for electrical engineering? The starting package, as you have guided very well for chemical, but specifically I'm asking for electrical. And what if a student is doing BTech in electrical engineering, whether he can sit in, let us say, Google, Amazon, or those companies' placement sessions, and
Yeah.
what he can do? Maybe a minor will support him, or open electives, free electives will support him to get into those companies.
See, these companies today don't care what they're looking at, whether you have the knowledge and the skill. Okay, they don't care how you got it, through mechanical engineering degree or this thing. Some of these companies, they have clearly came out with a policy that we want to look at kids, what is the skill set they come with and the knowledge they come with, right? And
Okay.
so it's all depends on the company. We cannot say that which companies, or I cannot tell you right now which company is permitting everyone to come, which is company. That also is not the objective of today's session, right? So electrical engineering students, we have pretty good placement this year. Almost 90% of our students, I think, have been placed in various roles. But I would not want to discuss packages, please. Okay. I think all of you are so fixated on packages that this is totally distorting the way you take decisions.
Good morning, sir. My second question is regarding the minor, sir. In what way student can decide on the minor purely based on his interest, or is there any other criteria? Like, if a student
so a given course can handle only so many students. So it is the student number one. First criteria is the student's interest. But if there is a restriction on the number of students that can get into that particular minor, then they may use some criteria based on the CGPA, or based on they're coming up with different criteria, because we just introduced this minor programs 2 years back. As of now, there's not. Yeah, they can. It's mainly based on students' interest.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Can you, sir, please elaborate on the hostel accommodation facilities and how it is? Is it on sharing basis, or individual rooms are allotted?
So in the South Campus that we have built, we put the first year students in the South Campus. Okay, because the rooms there are double rooms and triple rooms. Okay, they're designed to be double rooms and triple rooms. Only in the third year, they will be getting single rooms. Depending on the availability, sometimes they may get in the second year, a few of them. But in the first year, for sure, they will have to share, and possibly the second year also.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
సార్ మా బాబుకి ఐఐటి తిరుపతి సిఎస్సి వస్తుంది సార్ 100% ఇప్పుడు వచ్చిన అడ్వాన్స్ ర్యాంక్ లో. but we are very much interested in IIT Tirupati. But people behind us like వాళ్ళు demotivate చేస్తున్నారు. అది అంత strong లేదు. Why are you opting that one? And will you please give assurance about CSE branch in Tirupati IIT?
See, I cannot give you assurance. The thing, you please take a call on this. You have collected your information.
Okay.
And this is for you to take a call. I cannot give you any assurance that will be as good as any other one and all those kinds of stuff. So, is the CSE head here?
Yes, sir, online. Yes, sir, I'm
Sridhar,
here.
you're online?
Yes, sir, I'm online, sir. Can you hear me?
This is Dr. Sridhar Chebalakonda, head of computer science. You can handle this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
I think, I heard your question.
Yeah.
I think my only comment is like, we have good faculty members. Our curriculum, like, explained by, Dean and, our director, is very strong on foundations, but also flexible. And one more thing is like, we are also encouraging research at the undergrad level, which is slowly like, becoming a culture. So then, of course, on top of it, like director sir has said, like, it's your call. Yeah.
Okay. సో ఓకే అయితే ఈక్వల్ సిఎస్సి బ్రాంచ్ మేము ఆప్షన్ తీసుకుంటే మా 4 years తర్వాత మా కిడ్ ఈక్వల్ టు అదర్ ఐఐటి సిఎస్సి వాళ్ళగా అంటే తన ఇంట్రెస్ట్ చూపిస్తే అంతే స్ట్రాంగ్ గా రెడీ అవ్వచ్చు కదా?
Sridhar, go ahead.
That adi మేము చెప్పలేమండి. I think that we cannot say now, right? I mean,
అంటే
there are
like my doubt
opportunities
is
for sure. That is what we can say. There are
అంటే
definitely
doubt
opportunities.
ఓకే
No, I
డౌట్
think, see,
ఏంటి అంటే
I can just add. Yeah, చెప్పండి. Go ahead.
అంటే లైక్ ఆ ఫెసిలిటీస్ అన్ని
See,
మన
it is also, see, the teaching and the facilities and all that, I think are equal or par. It is also what your child will do, how much interest the child takes and picks up, right? So we cannot take the full, I think it's equal responsibility is there on the child to learn and use all the opportunities, right? Now you can't come back after 4 years and say, that day you told me that my child will get the same thing as the other child. It is. So these are all, there are so many things, but all that we're saying is our curriculum is equivalent to anyone else's curriculum. We have good faculty members. But then it's for you to do your own market survey and what your uncles or neighbors and friends are telling you. You take a call on that.
Thank you, sir.
And one more point, sir, if I may add, our alumni are already at very good places. So if you are wondering, this is a new IIT and so on, but our alumni are like, doing PhD at some great places. They are in industry, in Microsoft, Google, Amazon, whatever. So essentially our alumni are in, good places.
One of our
That
alumni
also is something.
reports directly to Elon Musk.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, sir. Good
I don't know
morning.
whether that is good or bad, but I'm just saying.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, I think we need to close. Maybe we'll take 2 more questions.
Hi, sir.
Good morning, sir.
ఆల్రెడీ సెమీకండక్టర్ చెప్పేసారు ఏపీలో 32% ఈసీ 50% ఫిజిక్స్ ఉందంట. దే విల్ బి ప్లేస్డ్ ఇన్ సెమీకండక్టర్ మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ ఆర్ డిజైన్ ఉంటుంది. అది కూడా ఇంజనీరింగ్ ఫిజిక్స్
సరిగ్గా
మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ అన్నావు కదా, మరి సెమీకండక్టర్
సెమీకండక్టర్స్ ఎలా ఉంటారు మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్
అంతే.
సార్ లాస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ సార్, అది సౌత్ క్యాంపస్ లో అకామిడేషన్ అని చెప్పారు కదా సార్. ఇప్పుడు మొత్తం మెయిన్ క్యాంపస్ లో అన్ని కోర్సులు బీటెక్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ నడుస్తున్నాయి కదా సార్. ఏరే టెంపరరీ
South campus is my campus lone. It's inside. We just what we built in 2018, which is on the south side of our main campus, is called South Campus. So it is not separately somewhere else. It is within our campus.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, actually, like, how will the courses be for civil engineering? Like, what's the scope for it? Because, like, in every college, like, least, no, sir. So, how are the scope and job prospects?
See, what is we are finding in the case of civil engineering, I myself am a civil engineering professor. In the case of civil engineering, if you want to be in the design, because civil engineering is a very wide area, it varies from structural engineering, which has a lot of overlap with mechanical in terms of design and so on, to geotechnical engineering, which is foundations and so on. Then we have environmental engineering, which has a lot of chemistry that goes with it and biological systems that go with it. Then we have transportation engineering, which is on modeling transportation systems, road systems, and all those things. We have various transport systems. We have construction engineering and management, which is on how do you plan projects, how do you execute them. Civil engineering is a very vast area. And what we find is if you really want to be a good designer, you need to do an MTech. With just a BTech, you cannot be a very good designer given the wide scope of this field. And if you want a straight getaway into construction, yes, I think BTech is good enough. But not many of our students want to get into that role because though it's higher earning role, it's also a tougher role in terms of managing projects and so on. But if you really want to do well in civil engineering, we would strongly recommend our students to do an MTech.
Okay,
Sir.
sir.
Hi, sir. Good morning, sir. One last question.
Yeah.
Sir, some people are suggesting that take any branch in top reputed IITs like Bombay rather than taking into new IITs. What do you talk on this?
Yeah, so that's a decision because what a student very often is taking into consideration is the overall environment, the ecosystem in that place, and all that, and the reputation of the institutions and ranking of the institutions and all that. Ours are emerging institutions. We're growing very fast, right? The newer IITs and so on. So that's a call you want to take. Some students want to more for the experience of the campus, which is well established and so many facilities are there and so on. So whether you're looking at more an overall experience of the institution or you're looking at a particular branch and area that you're interested in, and so on. So that's a call you have to take. We cannot say that. Our students, many of our students here, let me tell you this, they go for these inter-IT games, taking part in inter-IT tech meets, cultural meets, and everyone invariably goes to the first generation IT, come back and say, sir, our facilities are so much better, our campus is much more better ambience and all those. Only when they go and come back, they go to visit these places and come back, they come back always invariably saying, we have much better ambience and this thing here. So these are, but then they have a bigger ecosystem which has developed over 70 years, 60 to 70 years, compared to ours, which is emerging in the last 10 years. So that's a call you have to take.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, last question.
Good morning, sir. Sir, thank you for your given the good and transparent feedback to all. And one last query is there. My son is want to take the admission in the computer science engineering only. He will take this the subject in your college also. But my request is there. The curriculum is same in all IITs are different.
They're almost very similar. I wouldn't say same. They're very similar. Each IIT is an independent autonomous institute. We don't have a common thing that, like in a university saying all colleges under the university have to have the same. We don't have that. Each IIT, that gives us a lot of flexibility, dynamism. We're continuously ready. We're able to update. So as I told you, broadly it is same. But definitely in terms, some institutes give more flexibility, more free courses. Some give lesser. That is how it varies from institute to institute. So I think you will not go if the student is keen on computer science. Definitely should be considered seriously.
Is very much interested in computer science only, sir. But I mean, advanced syllabus is there, modified syllabus is there in the new also, na?
True. See, for example, the older institutions have more faculty members compared to us. So the number of courses that they'll have available to them will be little in terms of electives. Core will be same. It's only it'll be in terms of electives offerings that are open available for them. We may be a little less offerings compared to a bigger IIT with 40 faculty members in computer science.
Sir, what is the difference between mathematics and computing and mathematics engineering and computer science engineering?
Yeah, so some institutes are offering masters in, I think, mathematics and computing. Sridhar, you want to answer this question?
Yes, sir. So I think it, the main difference is in terms of some of the core courses. When it comes to math and computing, of course, we don't have the program right now. But the number of courses that are related to mathematics are on the slightly higher side. Whereas in computer science and engineering, we do have mathematics courses, but generally slightly on the lesser side. Having said that, the elective components that we have as part of our curriculum give the opportunity to the student. Let's say if a student is interested in mathematics and computing, they can choose the electives from the Department of Mathematics here, or even in computer science, there are electives that are, say for example, optimization or foundations in data science, which are a little mathematics oriented. So in that way, through the electives component, the student, if they're interested or inclined towards mathematics, they can choose electives and courses related to that topic.
Thank you.
Sir, one more question.
Thank you,
Hello?
sir. Yes,
No, I think we need to close.
Will you allow one more last question? This is regarding minor. See, if the student wants to go for a minor from NPTEL or SWAYAM platform, which the institute doesn't offer, how the lab experience or instruction will be given to him or her from within the institute or outside?
See, we permit two courses. In the BTech program, they can take 2 courses through NPTEL, okay, to account for their coursework. So they will, and if they're taking an NPTEL course, whichever is the institution, whoever is offering the NPTEL course, the lab will be associated with that. So we have some MOOCs, through MOOCs, basic MOOCs platform. We permit up to 2 courses. After all the courses they taken 6 credits can be taken through MOOCs platform. And then it depends on the course. There are so many courses under MOOCs. So a lot of our students have been opting for it. They take MOOCs courses, couple of courses, to supplement whatever areas that probably are not getting covered right now with the institute, or even if there is an overlap, as long as the department permits, approves that MOOC course, they can go ahead and take it.
I am asking that what I want happen to know that electronics is not offered directly in the institute. So regarding the lab experience,
electronics is offered. We offer electronics, as I explained to you in the beginning, right in the beginning. Our electrical engineering program is a comprehensive program. Even IIT Madras also doesn't have electronics. It only has electrical engineering, right? Most IITs have only electrical engineering, where all the courses related to communication, electronics, signal processing, power, all these are covered. Now it is up to the students to choose their electives. If they're more interested in, because there are departmental electives. Each department has about 5 to 6 departmental electives. So through the department electives, they decide to choose more electronics courses or power courses. Okay.
Okay,
so we have electronics very much.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir, can I ask one more question, sir? One more, just one. Sir, what is the future prospect of civil engineering, sir, in IIT Tirupati?
Well, see, I keep talking about this everywhere. We still have to build 50. We want to be, our Honorable Prime Minister keeps talking about Viksit Bharat 2047, right? And if we want to get to be Viksit Bharat 27, we still have to build 50% of our infrastructure to get to that, whether it is roads, ports, water systems, wastewater systems, housing, commercial, all these systems, if you say, still 50% in this country has to be built. And then we having the challenge of this climate change and climate resilience and all those things. To address all these things, definitely you need a lot more civil engineers in the country. And not, I keep telling, so there is enough scope. And just like I've answered for chemical engineering, the starting salaries are little low compared to, say, if you do a CS or electrical. But I can tell you my own students, every time I meet my old students, I ask them, what is it you're making? Because this is a question I have to keep answering everywhere. So my students who are 15 years into the industry are making 1 crore plus per year. Now, if you say that is also not enough, then I don't know. So there are opportunities. The student is interested, but ready to. First 3-4 years is difficult. You have to work in little difficult offsite somewhere and so on. So if I have to build what we have built in the last, since independence to now, we have to build so much in the next 15-20 years, right? Who will do all this? It has to be civil engineers. So there are opportunities. Only thing is, this is more a public service thing rather than your own thing. So typically your salaries are not as high. But in the long term, it is. Long term, it is. I'm talking about starting salaries. So there are enough opportunities. You can't just build cities. You go to Hyderabad, you see the 50-story buildings, all this. Where will the water be given? Where will the wastewater be treated? Where will pollution be controlled? All these things come back to civil engineers.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. So
No,
we'll
one
close.
last question,
Thank
sir.
you very much. No, I think we'll have to close. I have another meeting. I'm supposed to be, as I told you, we are setting up on 10th. We're having the inauguration of the Ratan Tata Innovation Hub here. And all the arrangements are going on. And 10 o'clock, everyone is waiting for me to come and finalize the thing. So you can write to the concerned, to the dean or the concerned HOD to get further clarifications. So thank you very much for everyone for joining, because there's also a tour for these people. Whoever has come physically here, they've arranged for them to go around, right? Which was supposed to have started around 11:45 or so. So we'll have to close so that they can go around and this thing. So thank you very much for joining. I wish again congratulations to all the students who have cracked the exam and the parents who have supported them and their well-wishers. And you make the best choice, taking into consideration all the data that you have collected or influenced by all your neighbors and what everyone around you thinks. Okay, it's up to you to take those decisions. And so all the best. We're looking and we're looking forward some of you joining us as soon in the.
Thank you so much, sir.
Our semester starts on 28th. Students are reporting on orientation start 28th. Students have to start reporting on 26th, 27th. Classes start from the 4th. We are having a 5 or 6 day orientation program. That is the plan that we are having for the incoming students. All the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, professors, for such an engaging session. I hope this was helpful to you, all of you. And now you can proceed for the campus tour. Thank you very much.
Dear parents, refreshments are arranged at the outside of this hall. Please have the refreshments. And our board of secretaries and student volunteers are ready to help you out. Yes, students are ready to help you to take it to the departments and as well as for the campus tour. And we have arranged lunch arrangements in just half kilometer ahead this north campus near boys hostel on payment basis. Please have your lunch, and there is a transport facility for the same. After the campus tour, you may proceed for the lunch at the dining hall. Thank you very much for everyone who joined both offline and online.